Okay, so this is our call to order. And John Almeida has our invocation. Are you with us, John?
Can you hear it?
Can I hear it?
Sure. How to hear it.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, John, if you will, please open with our invocation.
Yes, absolutely. I'd like to ask everybody to pray for everyone who got sick and everyone whose lives were affected over the past year and a half, and hope that everyone is doing all right in their jobs and employment. There's been so much change, and we just ask that everybody look after your neighbors, and we do hope that the whole community works together as we go through these changes. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, thank you. And now, if you will, I think we're ready for the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll join me with that. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag
of the
United States of America
and
and
to
to the republic for which it
which
stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
justice for all.
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, David, for bringing the flag up. And David, and now I turn this over to you for Rotary Connections.
All right. Yeah. As we've done for those of our guests that are here, one of the things that we've been trying to do over the last couple of months is to kind of increase the interactions during our Rotary meetings. And one of the ways that we've done that is to do breakout rooms where everybody kind of gets to answer the same discussion question. And we're going to put everybody into about probably 5 or so breakout rooms. And the question this week that I wanted everyone to kind of think about and talk about would be, what is the best piece of advice that you've ever received? Doesn't have to be necessarily business or career advice, but it can be personal as well. And I figure it's probably a good one, given that we've got a good number of scholarship recipients that are kind of just getting ready to start college and think about career and those types of things. So I'm going to create those breakout rooms, and I'm going to open those up now. And if anybody has any issues, I'll be remaining here in the main room. There should be up there for you guys to join. Looks like everyone's back. Just if you have anything that you'd like to share, feel free to drop that in the chat, or any interesting or good advice that you wanted to share with everybody else that you heard when y'all were in your groups. Feel free to put that in the chat. Lou, you ready to keep us moving forward?
I'm unmuted, and everyone, thank you for participating in that. I'm sure we swapped around some pretty good pieces of advice. I'd like to call on Bill now. We have been doing some work on quite a few grant applications, and Bill was sort of spearheading those. And Bill, if you would fill us in on where we are on those.
I'll be glad to, Mr. President. The 22nd of May was the deadline for our club to file for district grants, and we've actually filed for 2. One of which is we're joining the Hickory Club and 4 other clubs to bring a gentleman to town in August of this year at LP France Stadium, and it's going to be a one-day clinic for disadvantaged, disabled children. And that's a $1,000 request that we have in. And then we also filed for Rise Against Hunger for next year. The district funds, we were only eligible for $2,000 total. So $1,000 will hopefully go for the children's camp and $1,000 for Rise Against Hunger. It'll be our 8th bagging event at St. Albans Church on Saturday, March 26th. And you will get tired of hearing about it between now and next March. And then finally, you may remember back March 9th, we had a Zoom presentation from Caroline Caparosi from Modena, Italy, and her project about assimilating indigent women into the Modena and Italian culture. And we filed for a global grant with Rotary International. And we found out last week that we actually earned it. So we will be receiving just under $60,000 total in support of aid to immigrant women. And it's just a really cool thing. So John King, Jeff Mackey, and I, along with Suzanne Trollin from the Thursday Club, will be overseeing that effort. And I can't remember the last time we had a global grant. It seems to me it was Dave Dorelia in Guatemala, or it was Nicaragua that many years ago. So that's the latest, Mr. President. We actually pulled it off.
Well, that's good, and congratulations to you, Bill. I know you worked hard on those, and I think all those are going to be doing some really good work with our Rotary dollars. So thank you for your efforts in that regard.
You're welcome.
Okay, and next, unless anyone has any announcements they need to plug in at this point, I'll call on Bill Gruman. It's time for us. Yeah.
Real quick, Lou, I'm going to put it in the chat, but just wanted to remind everybody that we are in person next week at the club, and I'm going to put the sign up genius so we have the people RSVP, so folks can RSVP beforehand. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. And I'll mention that again later on just to make sure everybody remembers. Okay, anyway, it's time to recognize our scholarship recipients, and I'm going to ask Bill Gruman to do the introductions for us.
Bill, you're muted.
Yep. Hey, hi, folks. Well, today in the life of our Rotary Club, we will meet our high school students who are all going to receive scholarships. They were chosen from the public high schools in Catawba County. A little bit of history. I was looking back to help put together a little thing for maybe some publication and news articles, but from a file I sought out real early, it mentions this. In December of 1983, Chuck Helms, then president, moved to establish a scholarship for high school students in the Hickory area. $1,700 was donated to fund the program. Several members that are still active today really were instrumental in making this the success that it is today. A few of them were Ken Ferguson, Dave Ludwig, and Dick Garlitz, just to name a few of them. So our information scholarship program started in 1983. In 1985, the club had a basketball tournament, and they raised $9,725. Of course, we used for scholarships. And as most of us know, or everybody knows, the last 24 years, we have hosted a soccer tournament in the spring, each spring, and corporate sponsored now being CompScope. And this really is the participation of everybody in our Rotary Club, and that thanks to all who support it, because the reason it is such a success is because the whole organization is behind it. Excitingly, with all this effort, this year, with this year's allocation, the Rotary Club of Lake Hickory has awarded more than $680,000 to over 212 students. We have touched many lives, and we should be very proud of our commitment to foster higher education. We do have guidelines that we use today, and they were established back in 1983. The Rotary Board establishes the amount that we hand out every year. Applications are sent to all the public high schools in Catawba County. Students cannot be a child of a Rotarian. The students must be in the top 20% of their class. They must document financial needs, and they must complete an essay that demonstrates their commitment to our Rotary philosophy of service above self. And they have to obtain 3 letters of recommendation. What we do as your committee is we review all the applications. We determine the number of recipients, and we determine the amounts for each student. This year, again, the board has given us $20,000 for scholarships. We do have 12 students in universities at this time. This year, we are awarding $5,000 allocated at $1,250 a year for 4 years. For your information, the committee members are myself, Paul Caparosi, Sandy Harden, Mandy Hildebrand, Jeff Mackey, and Julie Packard. I think it's about time that we had our scholarships come on board so you can meet them. They are Emily Trimavesca, Julie Young, Joseph Cochran, and Amanda Schlosser. Emma, would you work with us and join us first? Is Emma
Hi.
available? Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Here we are.
And I'm sorry, the video disconnected for a second. Can you please repeat yourself? I'm sorry.
I'm Bill Gruman, and we would like you to just tell us a little bit about yourself, and thank the club, and tell us where you're headed and what you're going to be doing.
Yes, for starters, thank you guys for selecting me and thank you for having me. But I just graduated Bunker Hill High School in Claremont, North Carolina. I'm going to UNC Chapel Hill to major in biochemistry, and my sister also goes to UNC Chapel Hill. And I hope to become a veterinarian. I don't know if I want to work with aquatic animals or small animals or big animals. So we got to figure that out later down the road. But I just hope to be a traveling veterinarian so I can do house calls and I can bring medicine to people and throughout the town, no matter what. So yeah, it's all about me.
That's great. That's great. Jolie, do you want to say something?
Yes, so my name is Jolie Young, and again, I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate being selected for this scholarship, so thank you. So my future plans are, I am going to NC State University in the fall to major in biology with like an intent of physiology and neurology. And I plan to stay at that university for 2 years because I just graduated from Challenger High School and CVCC. So I have my associate's degree already. So after I earn my bachelor's degree, I'm thinking about going somewhere other than North Carolina. I'm really kind of done being here, but when I go to graduate school, I would really like to study physical therapy. My goal is to become a physical therapist in pediatrics. So yeah.
Thank you. Hey, Joseph, I see you on the screen. You want to talk next?
Sure, of course. First off, I'd like to thank each and every one of you. And thank you for letting me be here and participate in this. And I just appreciate it. I wish I could meet you all in person and be able to handshake you all, but you guys, I appreciate it so much. For me, I just graduated at Vandy's High School. I went to CVCC as well. I dual enrolled, So I got my first year done there, and I'm going to be attending Lenore-Rhine University in the fall, and my majors are going to be economics and accounting, and I just love math. It's one of my passions, and so I'm going to do that with an emphasis on business. I want to do business, and I know economics and accounting is good degrees, and it covers a lot of areas. So I want to do that, and then I'll eventually get my MBA, and I'd like to get my CPA as well. And at Lenore-Rhine University, into the team, so I'll be playing tennis for Lenore-Rhine, which is awesome. I'm excited. It was my dream to play sports at the college level. I didn't really expect it. I came into my high school year. I hadn't really done good the first season, but I came and I won regionals, and I ended up breaking my elbow during one of my matches. And so I had to play the tournaments with a broken elbow, and I had to like throw a ball on the racket and swing, and it was I didn't expect to win anything, but I did, and then I got invited to join the team. So I'm going to be playing tennis. Some hobbies I have is I enjoy playing music. My family's actually in a bluegrass Christian band, and so we play Christian music, perform all the time, and I've got a band with my cousins, and we're actually preparing to play music for a festival called Merlefest. I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's usually around 80,000 people go to that festival, so it's a really big deal, and so it's a great opportunity. And this scholarship is going to help me so much, because between music, between tennis, between academics, I hopefully won't have to work too many jobs on the side to pay for college. So with this scholarship, it's really going to help me be able to focus on my dreams and playing tennis at college, and then also be able to study and focus on my academics. So that's about what I am. So.
Well, thank you, Joseph. Your family has played for an organization my wife was associated with, Family Care Center, years ago. So I met you probably about 6, 7, 8 years ago. So
that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah. Amelia Slosher, are you on? We have one more scholar. I'm not sure if she was able to make it or not. But Amelia Slosher is from Hickory Arts and Science, and she is going to Savannah Arts program, which is quite an accomplishment to get involved into. I'll see if I can get in touch with Amelia later, and maybe if she's available to bring her to next week's meeting or something. Well, folks, kids, we're really proud of you. And you should be really proud of your accomplishments. Really, we expect you to excel. Well, I want to tell you that this is not a free ride. The Rotary Club of Lake Hickory has and will fund you, and it's committed money towards your college education. And the funds represent individuals from our club, local businesses, corporations in our local area. These people and many others are really going to support you through this endeavor. So we hope that during your college years, you can consider joining service organizations that will represent your values and help other people. After graduation, we sincerely hope that you will find time to try to join a Rotary Club and support our vision of service of self. And we hope you to live up to those aspects while you are in college. And just remember that you're always welcome here. We're committing funds for you for 4 years, but we're always here to commit to your success. So, if you have any issues, I'm available. Call me. You got my number. And I hear from quite a bit of students. So we're here for you. Every year I'd like to share some of the comments that we receive on the kids' applications to prove that, boy, am I happy that we have such a great number of really intelligent, thoughtful students. But some of the comments were made on applications. are as follows. Show kindness. Showing kindness makes the world worth a much better place to live in. When I serve with a cheerful heart, God reminds me of the many blessings I have in my life. Serving others is how we pay the rent. The most important things in life are not things at all. And the last one, leadership isn't a skill, it's fostered through practice. You know, finally, as each of you enter this new chapter of your life, work hard, serve your neighbors, and continue to learn how to enhance the gifts that you have been given. I know you're going to experience highs and lows. Learn from both of them. A quote from Babe Ruth: "Every strike brings me closer home to the next home run." And a quote from Albert Einstein: "Imagination is your preview to life's attractions." Finally, I really encourage each of you to not only do a good turn every day, but really be thankful and appreciate the opportunities that you can do a good turn. Again, you're welcome. We meet every Tuesday, and hopefully, you know, as things loosen up, Tuesday noon at the Hickory Country Club. Anytime you're in town, you're welcome to join us. But we're really excited for you folks, and we really hope that you just have a tremendous college experience. And again, keep in touch. Thanks for being on here. It's an honor for us to do this for you guys. Hey, Lou, I think I turn it back to you.
Okay, Bill, thank you. And to Emma and Jolie and Joseph, please accept our congratulations. We're happy to give you this help, and we hope it makes your college career much richer and fuller than it would have been otherwise. So again, congratulations. Our next meeting on the 8th will be in person. It'll be a joint meeting with the Thursday Club. As Dave mentioned, you will be sent an email so you can indicate your attendance. That is at the request of the club for meal planning purposes. At that meeting, our program will be entitled Trails and Connections in Catawba County and Beyond by Allison Holtzman and Meg Nealon Lale. The invocation will be by Charlie Amon. So unless someone else has any other announcements that we need to cover at this point, we will conclude our meeting with the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair
to
all concerned?
Will it bring
Build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be
beneficial
to all concerned? Thank all of you who were in attendance. We appreciate it and hope you have a good day and a good week, what's left of it. And we'll look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at the Lake Hickory Country Club. Thank you.
Thank you, scholars.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.